don't like noise very much. It does irritate me because I'm quite deaf in some ears, and when like there's loads of noise, it like squeaks in my ears and I can't hear when I feel like I'm shouting when I'm talking to someone and there's loads of noise in the background. So I do like to have like one-to-one chat, like with my manager or my key worker or the other staff. If there's like a big group and you're talking to them, and there's like someone that's interrupts and then they start talking and it's not very good sometimes. Yeah. But that's my, I think that's the baddie, but I can hear out both of them, they're not very good. When there's loads of noise, I can't hear very well, but when this is like one-to-one person, not one person talking, then I can actually hear better.
She'll dictate the environment. She will turn the lights on and off depending on how she wants it at the time. So it's hard to say she always likes it one way because she changes so, depending on. If she does like a lot of sunlight, so if there's a lot of natural light, then she's usually happier. But then as it sort of gets dusk, she tends to like it quite dark. She shuts all the blinds and everything. She likes it quite quiet, I think. She doesn't mind sort of background noise if you're out and about and you're in a busy cafe. That doesn't seem to bother her as long as you're quite close to her. You can give her the eye contact and she knows that you're talking to her. But if you're at home and it's very busy, and then she doesn't like that, and she will tend to take you away from the noise so she can either understand or communicate with you what she wants. Yeah. She finds it a bit disconcerting if too many people are trying to communicate with her at the same time. She sort of struggles and she'll look to your faces, and that's when you know, right, we've got to sort of change this so that the communication is clear, really.
I'm happy with communicating one-to-one.
What are the reasons for that, David? Can you think about the reasons for that?
Well, I mean, I do communicate with other people in the Q team, but sometimes it's best when you've got a problem to talk one-to-one.
And what about if you think about, are there particular places where communication works better for George? Things in the environment that make a difference?
When he's on his own and he's not distracted by anybody, because sometimes if there's a lot of people around, you get more high pitched and it's a bit because he needs to be heard, so it's best to take him to his bedroom. That's what we do, don't we? Come here. When you're out and about, if you're on your own with him, you're very calm, aren't you?
One of the things we were saying was that it really helps to have the kind of environment that allows an individual access to whatever communication they use, bearing in mind that everybody does communicate and everybody is quite sophisticated to a good degree. And I think for Cherry, she's got places that she's very comfortable in. That's because she knows them, she knows what to expect about them, and she feels powerful in those places. But then there are other places that might be newer and less, she's had less experience of. And in those places, the communication partner who is with her can do a lot to make it more accessible. And I think probably without prescribing exactly what to do, because that would limit the environment, a good communication partner would be aware and noticing what Cherry's own experience of wherever she was, and supporting that, using what are really quite fundamental aspects of communication, so responsiveness to anything that is offered, like an invitation from Cherry, which might be physical, might be just attitudinal, leaning in towards me, might be vocal, might be a pause, obviously there'll be facial expressions, anything that just gives an indication of that invitation to expression and communication.
Nick's communication environment has to suit Nick. So we always try and have lots of pictures, so Nick can point to the pictures on a cupboard, so perhaps point to a plate or a cloth or some cleaning product that Nick wants, and Nick's supported with those products. We always have a visual menu, so Nick knows what he's having to eat, and Nick chooses his menu and sticks his pictures on so he knows what he has. And he can change it if he wants, but it's nice for Nick just to go over and say, "Oh, I've got a curry today." So that's really helpful. Sometimes, if the house is too noisy, or if there's a TV on or radio that's too loud, it's very hard to concentrate for everyone.